Good morning. I've been with US Bank a little over a year now, down at the McMinnville branch, and I also cover Dayton, Sheridan, and Newburgh as well. So, and we do all pretty much the products, 30-year, USDA, FHA, VA, so we're doing all of those as well. But today I just wanted to touch on, with most of the topics being taken, one thing that we do and we do well at is vacant lot loans, typically under 5 acres. We can go up to 10 acres, the LTVs change, but typically with an improved lot loan at US Bank, very quick process. We do an appraisal on it, but they're definitely usually closing within 30 to under 30 days. So, but it's a great program for people that want to buy a lot but maybe are not necessarily ready to build their home. It's a 3-year ARM, so basically when they buy the lot, they have 3 years until it's on an adjustable rate. And one thing that we do require is there be no structures on the property. I have gotten exceptions on several that have small structures, if it's common for the area, that type of thing. But one thing on the LTV is we're just on a $300,000 and below is 20% down on an improved product or property. Unimproved would be 75% LTV. And I know with limited inventory right now, we are getting several phone calls a week, people looking at different lots around the areas and possibly not, like I said, ready to build that dream home, but definitely in the next 3 years. If for some reason they weren't able to build the property within that 3 years, it does go to an adjustable rate, but then they also have an option to refinance the property one time, so they could get another 3 years, so that would be an option. The typical guidelines as far as FICO scores, we're looking for 680 with 12 months reserve. If you're at 720, 6 months reserves. But a lot of the times that's not a whole lot of money when you're thinking about maybe a $60,000 lot or $100,000 lot. So it's not a ton of reserves that we're requiring. It is a portfolio product, so we can get exceptions here and there. It's a little bit more lenient. Let's see. Other than that, they can have 3% of the closing costs paid by the sellers. There's no prepay, so if somebody decides to start building that house within, let's say the next 6 months or 12 months, they can pay that off at any time with no prepayment penalty as well. And also one thing I just wanted to touch on, we do think, one thing we offer at US Bank is marketing, partnering up with realtors. So if anybody was wanting to, do drip campaigns, postcards or flyers, those types of things, US Bank will offer to, subsidize some of those fees. And if you have any questions or anybody that would be interested in possibly taking a look at something like that, just reach out and I can get you more information on that as well. Any questions? Yes?
What's the interest rate on loans and term?
It's a LIBOR, and I locked one last week. It was 6.75, and again, that's fixed for the first 36 months. And then after that, it has a 2% per year cap, lifetime cap, no more than 6% over the LIBOR rate.
And it's amortized for 30 years?
Yes, I'm sorry, amortized over 30 years. Yep. Yes?
Do you require a water source on your vacant land?
We don't require it if it's unimproved. It just has to be, so it basically be 25% down versus 20% down if it already has a well and septic. So if it's improved, but let's say it's a 5-acre parcel with a well and septic on it, that would just be a different loan to value. If there's nothing, then it's just, we consider that an unimproved property. Yeah. Well, I locked one last week at 6.75, and that's amortized over 30 years. Correct. And it's tied to the LIBOR.
And that kind of loan is septic. You say it's different if you don't have the well.
Yeah, and basically there's two different, unimproved or improved. So basically, let's say you found a lot down the street in a subdivision, typically that's going to have a water source right there. If you have 3 acres out in, out in Sheridan, has a well and septic on it, we're going to call that improved. But if it's just 3 acres with nothing on it, then that's unimproved. We're going to request 25% down. All right, well, thank you very much. If you guys have any questions, my information's in the back. Give me a call, and look forward to working with some of you. Thank you.